Right. Hello everyone. Hopefully this the stream is popping through. Just trying to see if I can get up on my phone somehow. I don't know if you can. My laptop's already spinning up. Live. Are we live? Is it even popping up? No idea. Frankly, no idea. But I guess I'll see on my phone. There we go. It does say we're live. But I guess oh, there we go. I'm gonna change the thumbnail though. Would prefer it was better than what it is now. I don't seem to have a thumbnail. I still don't know how streaming works apparently. So let's try and do this. Let's try seeing if I can do this. Cool. Alright, I know it's a blank page at the moment, but now is this the only way I can get the chat on my phone? Because I would prefer if I could get it normally. I don't know. Probably should have searched this up before starting. I'll have the chat here just in case. There we go. Got the live chat on my phone. I think this is the only way I can do it. But oh, lovely. Moved the entire thing. We're gonna get into some drawing today, as pretty much always. But got some nice figure stuff to play around with. I found a lovely book, Andrew Loomis, and he has some really cool things. And he has a mannequin method, which I would love to check out. Now, the thing he's been showing here is using proportions correctly and all of that stuff, which I want to obviously nail down as much as possible. It's a bunch of rules that you talked about. Actually, I want to go over some of them. I have them here. They were actually really good. Consistently gray for it. These are things that beginners do when whenever they are drawing or painting, whatever it is. And first one is consistently gray throughout. So you get a soft pencil and you get a normal sort of harder pencil, and you make sure you kind of vary your lines, so you have some darker points and then you also have some gray points, not having gray throughout the entire thing. That's basically what he's talking about here. He doesn't want you to have a fully grey picture, and create some contrast in the drawings. An overabundance of small fuzzy line. Don't pet lines, no chicken scratching. You want to get a line and you want to go full swing on it. That's pretty much what he's talking about here. What else? No pecky strokes, that's what he said for it. Features misplaced in a head, construction lines of a head and how they should be spaced. So learning how to draw the head properly, basically. That's a mistake people do. They don't do that enough. Rubbed and dirty. So if you're drawing, your page should be clean throughout. You should have absolutely full control over it. If it's dirty, in certain areas, you should clean it. It should be a nice surface. Rubbed day, that's what we just did. Too many mediums in the same picture, which is something he says you can do later on, but at the beginning, you should stick to just doing one as much as possible. Also, sorry for this like shadow here. I've got light coming in from over here, and it is on my drawing surface, so unfortunately there is a bit of a shadow here. I don't yet have full control over my light. What else do we have? Tendency to use tinted papers. Unfortunately, that's what I'm using now, but he says if you're using tinted papers, you should try and use a colored pencil or something. Also, I'm gonna turn off, I think I've got focus. Picture focus. Ah, yeah, there we go. That should be better. It should focus more so I can show you stuff. So use a colored pencil on a tinted paper. Copies of movie stars. He says not to copy movie stars as a general thing, right? If you're drawing people and learning how to draw people, don't go for doing like movie star people, because obviously their faces are a lot more perfect and it's harder to recreate. Not saying that normal people don't have perfect faces, but you know, movie stars tend to be very exaggerated. So don't go for movie stars when you're drawing at the beginning. Bad arrangement. If you're doing a vignetted head, plan in interesting shapes and attractive shapes. Don't run over the edge of the paper unless whole space is to be squared off. That is my number one mistake, as some of you guys may know. Whenever I'm drawing, I'll run out of space and the drawings look terrible. So I'm gonna actually attempt to use my space more wisely rather than getting rid of it, which is something that he recommends for all of your drawings. When you're putting down stuff on a piece of paper, he doesn't want you to run off it. Basically, we're trying to get a good composition even on a sketch, because it's important. It will make your sketches look better and you'll feel better about it. And highlights with chalk. I don't have white chalk. I have a white pencil somewhere. Hold on. Oh yeah, I do. There you go. It's not chalk, but he says highlights, and only he mentions it takes a very skillful artist to do this successfully. We're going to work on that, but I don't know if I'll use that in these. We'll try, we'll see. Uninteresting subjects. Just a costume does not make a picture. Every picture should have some interest, if possible, other than a technical demonstration. So every picture should have something interesting in it rather than just technicality. So if you're drawing a person, it shouldn't just be a person done right. It should be a person with expression. It should be a person in a dynamic pose, something like that. And yeah, it's a hard thing to do at the start. So maybe that's why most beginners make this mistake at the beginning. So let's get into drawing, actually. Enough talking. But those are just some rules. If you're watching this later on, those are good to go over, good to remember, good to think about. Now the mannequin. Here's some rules for drawing a person, he states. It's good to have a person that is, let's say we have a head here. I'm going to try and draw a head, more or less. And this is the size of the head is our measuring tool. So we have one head, and then we should have another head here, another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the rough measurement for a person, as he states. It should be 8 heads high. It's quite tall, actually. There's something similar. If any of you know anything about car design, there's similar. Car design, you have to have, I believe it's 5 wheels across, 2 wheels up is like the general sort of proportion for a car, you know, that you may be looking for. Now let's try and see what we can do. So the head, obviously the shape of the head is the beginning stage. So that's here. Now I'm going to put this, actually I'm going to see if I might prefer the pencil without the little thing here. So we have the shape of the head, and then the next one goes to the nipples. So this next shape, this is where the chest will be. So I'm gonna try and kind of put this in as much as possible. We obviously have the neck here, and then around halfway, I believe it is, No, it's not halfway. It's just a little bit over the second point. So that's the head. So a little bit over this is where the shoulders are. So we'll do the shoulders. This might get a little messy, but this is the shoulder line. And then from the shoulders, we go to the nipples, which is also coincidentally the bottom of the chest. So this is proportion stuff. It may be a little boring, but you know, proportion's important. That's what we're aiming to do. Is we're aiming to get this stuff right. So we want to do the best we can. Sorry about the noises in the background. Someone on a motorbike. And we're kind of just filling out the shape of a mannequin, which we're going to use as like a structure for all of our work, basically. And I'm going to do some lines in the front just to kind of get the shape of a chest. And afterwards, the next line, so one head, nipples. I'm actually getting a little bit confused here. How we got? Got one shape of the head. The second one is up to the, and then up to the navel, which is the belly button. So this is where the belly button will be found. And what we do from here, we make a shape that goes up to here. So this is pretty much your waistline. So this line goes to the waistline. So waist, I think that's how you spell it. This one goes to the nip. This goes bottom of the head, obviously. So, well, do the head. I think a bit angled here. Let's see if I can set this up better. Sorry for the constant adjustments. If I zoom in, you guys will be able to see it better. Right. There we go. So the camera is a little bit angled, so that might skew perspective tiny bit, but anyways, then afterwards we've got like a little thing here that's to indicate the rib cage. This is generally quite a nice way of deconstructing the body. It's very helpful. And also the elbows are pretty much where this meets, so let's do a line here for the elbows. Those are to come out of somewhere around here. So elbows around here, and they meet here. And then afterwards we go to the crotch. So this is where the crotch should be. Crotch. So this is, I believe this is actually the halfway point, the exact halfway point. So from here, what we do is we create the kind of pelvis shape. That's what he does. I should have done a little bit of warm-ups before drawing. I feel a little bit funky right now. And then from there, you get this kind of squiggly shape coming out of the legs, which connects to them. And then from the crotch, we go. What's the next point? Oh, I seem to not understand this at all. Where we go? So navel, crotch, and then the next one you kind of miss, but the one afterwards here is where you get the knee. So the knee, or bottom of the knee. Sorry, I'm gonna be flipping through the pages occasionally just to make sure I'm giving you the right information, you know, just make sure we're looking at the right stuff here. So bottom of the knees can be found around here, and then the legs kind of come in like this over here, and then we get the knees, and then they go to the bottom, which here is where we find the heels. So at the bottom is the heels. So that builds our basic body, apart from the hands, which the hands, right, the wrists are just under the crotch. So let me put those in there. So wrists. So wrists are just under the crotch. Wrist. This is the general proportion of like a human, a normal tall male figure. That is what the book states here, and the proportions that we have set out. And this is a mannequin. It's a pretty cool model. Actually very big fan of the way this is laid out. I'm going to try and attempt to use it more in my own work. I'm going to move this up a little bit just so I have some space, because I want to do a side view as well. And I'm going to use the same proportions. Maybe get a ruler. Yeah. Since I have a ruler, I can use it. So let's do that. And obviously I am already breaking one of his rules here. We don't have a clean environment to work with, which is #1 rule. I'm going to sharpen my pencil a little bit just so we have a nice fine point. I also have some charcoal which I can use later on to kind of go over things. But let's get the ruler, put these points in as well as I can. So the crotch goes here as well. Waist. Nipples. Bottom of the head. And then the top of the head. So this way we can use this information and rebuild. We got a good view of it? Yes, we do. And the face, which we're going to get a line going down here. Head and going over. I'm still learning to hold my pencil like this. It's a very difficult. I didn't expect this to be a difficult thing. So let's get the neck, which will be around here still, and then the shoulder line still connects going over here. So this is where our shoulders kind of meet. From the reference, I can see the shoulder just goes over the side of the head, so the shoulder's kind of here. And then the chest comes out further. Obviously this is where the nipples are. And the chest goes further from the head, further out. So let's get that going there. Just filling out all this information. You guys can see the reference that it's not the exact one I'm looking for at, but I've got it up right above me. It is a different one that I'm using, but that's just generally what I was able to find on Pinterest, and you guys can use it as well. It's very helpful. This chest goes right past, so around here is where it meets, and then we get to here, and the rib cage line kind of goes inwards, going to the navel, right there. And then that kind of goes around and starts meeting up here. Cool. We've got the spine coming in over here, and here we'll have the pelvis forming. It's a circular thing in this in this reference, so we're going to put it right there. I'm going to move my microphone a little bit. So we're going to put the pelvis right there, and the shoulders obviously here. Let's move the arm out a little bit. That meets at the waist, So that's where the elbow is, right there at the waistline. And after the waistline, we'll go just up to here. And this is our hand. So avoiding chicken scratching, which I haven't done very well here. But I'll try and go over this a little bit with a pen or something, just so it's a much more clear information. And we'll do the legs going to here, which is the knee, and then after the knee we've got the legs going out, and we've got the foot. Back. So this is our side view, obviously, of a face. Sorry, of a figure with the figure drawing. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna check out the stream just to see how we're looking. Just gonna check it. Sorry for being a little quiet. It looks okay. It's a tiny bit dark. Is it dark for me, or is it dark? Oh wait, hold on. It might be due to my. Yep, I have a night shift on. Yeah, that looks okay. Definitely lighting could always be better. Actually, I've got settings here that I can bump up. Look at that. Didn't even realize. Completely forgot. There you go. That might be a little bit better for you guys to see. I'm gonna leave my stream on just so I can keep control over it. Have a look. Where's my charcoal? Charcoal. I'm gonna try and go over this a little bit just so it's cleaner, easier to understand. And we'll go over it just one more time. And this time I'm going to be taking one of the beginner's mistakes that he was talking about, and I'm going to try and attempt to make sure my line is clean and sophisticated, because anything you do, you want to make it sophisticated. That's how you kind of show yourself apart from other people. You make sure whatever you do it in a very sophisticated way, thus requiring you to put an insane amount of hours into it and building up your confidence as an artist, as a creator, as someone who, I don't know, makes music. You might be into making some music. I don't know if I made the neck a little bit too thin there, but charcoal does not like this pencil. It doesn't like drawing over it, apparently. We'll go inwards here with the shoulders, creating the structure of our chest, which it goes all the way to the bottom here, connecting with the chesticles right over here. Then we have the portion of the neck connecting to around here, which I guess that's a way of us creating the traps, is it? The calves. Yes. It must be a horse rider. It must absolutely be a horse rider. That's how it's drawn on the reference. I'm guessing they are. And then afterwards, let's build in our chest, or the rib cage, just like that. Arms going in. And remember to be putting them into the points here. This is obviously something that you'd use at the beginning to figure things out. As you get better, you won't need to put in like the actual measurements of the head. I'm gonna try and use it a little bit more in my own art, just to ensure I'm learning the proportions correctly. Again, the waist here is where the elbows meet. And then we've got the hips or the pelvis. This is a male, so they are not as wide as on a female character. We'll get onto drawing a female in a moment. There are some later on in the book. Oh, I seem to like to lose the control of my pencil. This is where the crotch meets. This is where we have the wrists. They're just below. Bring out the legs further. This is where the knees go. And then we have the bottom parts of the legs down here. It's a little bit more visible now. I have to sharpen the pencil because the charcoal likes to get used very quickly. I am the type of person that likes a sharp pencil a lot, so it will get slightly annoying for me when it's not sharp. Let's fill in this side as well. Just basically going over it, understanding what we've done. It's almost like a revision here. We're going over this to see, oh lovely, to see why we did something, to understand it a little bit further. This is obviously a rib cage over here. The shoulders are built around here. Again, we're using the picture we already have to guide us, and use this as a reference for this pretty much. Got the hand here, pelvis, legs. Right, now we're working with some understanding here. We are starting to understand the structure of this. We don't have like a ridiculously great posture here, or like a ridiculously great gesture on the person, but that's kind of not my focus at this very moment. Let's go over and try this on a female mannequin, and then we'll kind of focus on other aspects afterwards. Let's let me scroll down here. Oh, we have the more advanced mannequin here. Details of the mannequin frame, which is the page you guys have there. I'll leave this for now, and we'll go over to the female. It is very far down. Where is it? Ah, there we go. No, where's the... I need the same kind of reference. Where is it? Alright, I guess we'll have to do this one. I thought that would be the exact same, but this one's a bit more advanced. Proportions are obviously a little bit different, comparing a male to female. But same still stands. We still do the 8 heads, because it's a good thing to go off of. So let's try and do that straight away. I'm going to start by creating a line. Let's move this up, so I'm using this as the middle. line here, which is the top of the head. We're gonna draw first. So we have one head here. Let's do another one. We don't have to obviously do perfect shaped head. And do another one. And another one. And I'm gonna run out of space. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Terrible. Terrible. I've done it again. Man. Maybe I made them a little bit too long. Yeah. Not good. Let's see. Oh, look. I'll rub it out. Let's see if I can attempt that again. Sorry about that. 8 heads. Literally 8 heads. That's the proportions that Andrew Loomis states for the body. Let's go a little bit higher, just so we are not running out of space. I'll make it a little bit like this, and then we'll do one more here, roughly the size, and another one, another one, another one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Not the cleanest, I do apologize. But let me now grab a ruler and I'll try and sort of clean this up, make myself some structure, just so we know what we're going off of. I don't tend to use rulers in art, but in this it's actually kind of helpful. Just so I have a better understanding of where I'm drawing. No one here. And last one down here. Slightly messy, I know, slightly messy, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. Should I just start sharpening this normally? No, I do like the extended pencil. I thought I had to be a lot more gentle with that than I do. It kind of just goes crazy. Alright, let's lift this up a little bit. Situate you guys here better. Sorry for the constant shaking, non-stop. Right, head. I've got the structure of the head here. That's our actual head. So this is what we use as a reference for the rest, which I'm actually going to clean up a little bit, just so we have a better view of everything. So we have the spacing. I could have used measurements, but this is art, it's not maths, right? So obviously neck starts around here. So we have the neck coming down, which then just under here, roughly around a third maybe, if you were to divide this into 3, you have the shoulders starting. So just around here, I'll do a line just like that. And we have a much softer shape. So I'm gonna take the neck all the way to this line, just like that. And then we're gonna create a nice little soft line going away and away from here. That's our, what's it called, the trapezoid. That's I don't think that's the right one, but still, this will have a middle line that goes down here, just like that. Then we create from here. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Just about to this side is where the shoulders come in, like that. So we've got this cool wavy shape going on. And we will connect from here and here. Just like that, and then we have the nipples are here. And just under those is where the rib cage will start coming out. So you'll have this sort of shape happening here. And let's get the actual rib cage coming in. Oh, terrible. Clean that up. Maybe I have a harsh rubber eraser, whatever you want to call it. Actually, I have a precision one here. That's gonna do a better job. Cool. So we have that building in. That's our rib cage coming around here. We are coming into the. Okay, wait, hold on. No, this is this is the nipple line. So I need to top head, bottom head. Just so we have all the information we need. And then there's the nipple line. Then there's the waist. Or as he writes here. Okay, wait, the waist is above it. This is the navel. So the belly button. That's where the belly button is found. The waist is just under it. Oh, above it, sorry. Navel. So this is where the belly button will be. Then we have the middle, which is here, otherwise known as the crotch. Then we miss this one, important, miss this one, and we go to here, which is the knees. And then the heel, which is at the bottom. Which we miss another one. So the legs are built up in two. So you kind of ignore this one and you ignore this one. Well, you ignored it, but this is where we have the heels. So that's our rough body structure. I'm understanding it slowly. So just give me some time. I'm learning this alongside with you. It's the best way of doing that, I think, right? We have this V structure here, which helps us place the nipples, and so they'll be around here. Helps us create the body as well, structure it. These connect near enough the shoulders here. Then we have the middle, this is where the spine is. That goes just past the navel, which just around here is where we start producing the pelvis / hips, which on the female they are going to be wider than on the male. So this is all structure for us. Obviously when you're drawing like a mannequin, you don't need to be putting in all of this here. This is what we're doing to understand the structure of everything. And then that goes outwards here again, just like on the last one, and we start drawing in the legs. They go inwards like this. We meet at the knees, and the knees, and then they go outwards. Not that much. And then we have the heels. Let's do the arms, which we know that the actually from what I can see on the reference, this time we're just above the navel, which is where the waist is. Waist is also near around the end of the rib cage, so just here, that's where the waist, I guess. When we're building this out, it's gonna go I'm starting to try and see how we're going to put this together as a figure, but the waist is going to be around here, which is also coincidentally where the shoulders will begin. The elbows are, so just around here. And then we have the lower arms coming out, and the wrists will be just under the middle, just like last time. So there's kind of our structure, our mannequin. We're starting to understand this a little bit more. It's still difficult, but I think this is a good way of breaking things down for yourself and making it easier to understand how the human body is and why it is the way it is. Let me grab a drink. Let's have a look. I've got some cool information here. You can break this down into thirds. Okay, so this is a simple way of doing it. It's cool information, actually. I'll go over this. Where's my pencil? This is a 2H, so it might not be easy to see. But what we do is instead of breaking it down, all this into like 8 heads, we can do it into thirds. So we can do it from, from the top of the head to the waist is 1. So from the top of the head, so here, all the way to the waist, which is here, that's 1. And from the waist to the knees, there's another 1, that's another 1. And then from the knees to the heels. I'm guessing 1, 2, and then 3, I guess. So this is kind of how you can break it down. That's how it says here in the book. Hope I'm understanding this right. But you can break it down into 3 for an easier thing. I think we're gonna go for the harder one just for now. But as soon as we start seeing this mannequin and we start observing things, so let's say you're doing some figure drawing class and you kind of imagine this mannequin there, I think it's going to make it a lot easier for you to understand. It's going to make it easier for me to understand. Let's see, so there's something I can use to kind of go over this now a little bit, just so we have a cleaner drawing, though I do like the way this looks. I want to kind of go over this now and build up on a actual figure. Let me see if I've got my 2B lead somewhere. I might make it a little bit nicer. We got 2B, there we go. Some 2B lead for the pencil. We'll take out the 2H, which is great for underdrawings. Have I not opened this yet? What? Oh, it's like merged back together. It's the first time I've seen that. Let me put the lead back in so I don't lose it. Look how cool this is, by the way. This is my favorite lead holder. You open it and it'll go bang. And then you can put it back in. And this opens, closes. It's unnecessarily cool. Got a little bit of lead left over here, which I'm going to use. Now, issue is I don't know where my sharpener for this has gone. Ah, there it is. That's good. I do apologize that there's a whole lot of sharpening going on in this, but I cannot stand a blunt pencil. Kind of why I use mechanical pencils a lot though. I'm going to attempt to rub this out a little bit, just so it's lighter for us, easier to see. The weather is beautiful today, honestly. And now I'm going to try and build out the actual body underneath using the reference that we have here. I don't know if I can find this one. Get that. And let's start to build this out a little bit. I should probably use a darker shade. Or a lighter underdrawing, but hey, it's alright. It is kind of hard to see this. I am trying to make a really dark line, so it's easier to kind of see what I'm doing here. Is this 2B? It felt like 2B. It may be HB. Probably should have checked the lead. Oh, I can't check it. It's very small. That's definitely going to be 2B. Feel like I was using HB, but I could be wrong. Ah, I was using HB. This feels completely different. My bad. I do apologize. So we got that. So I'm just pretty much going over the reference I was using here and grabbing all the information from it and putting it onto the mannequin that we previously built out, which is actually, it makes this a lot easier, I have to say. This pretty much down here is a straight line. I'm gonna put this in for information, and then we'll work over that. I'm trying to get as symmetrical as I can, but that looks weirdly strange at the bottom. Don't think I did a good job here. Let's go it more in, further inwards. I didn't do, obviously, no detailed feet here, but I'll work on that in a second, because no one likes drawing feet, and whenever you get to the feet you want to immediately drop everything and stop drawing. It's okay, it's good up till now. And then the feet come in. No one likes drawing feet. I don't know, I've never found a single person that enjoys drawing feet. It's a mess down there. What if I accidentally just moved the camera? I don't know what happened there. Let's draw the knees just over here. I'll have to do the same for the male one, but I'll do that either later or another time. What are they doing down there? There's the structure for the abdominal muscles. Makes that easier to understand. No. 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 I'm not doing a feet drawing tutorial. Not yet, at least. They scare me. I don't like drawing feet. I don't know what she's doing with her hand here. This is not what's shown on the reference, but there we go. There it is. There is our mannequin turn person. I think the brow line's too low here. Yeah, whatever. That turned out pretty fun. And we will leave it at that. Now it's time to get some food straight after some practice. So just kind of to recap and have a look at what we've done. We did the male mannequin here, breaking that down, showing you how you can put this into work, put this under your work, to understand a figure more, and to make it easier to create what you need to create as an artist, right? You don't always have references around, so it's good to know the structure of everything. So, and then we did the female version of it, whilst also filling out the mannequin, trying to create the more of a finished product. Well, obviously it's not a finished product, but this is just to get the understanding of the body and how it will be put together. So these are the two that we've done here. Hopefully you kind of followed along. If not, you'll follow along with the video that's stayed up on here. Thank you very much for anyone that's been watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in whenever we do this again. So take care, happy drawing, and enjoy the process as well when you're at it.